Hi, I'm Jeremiah Proffitt.
And I'm Chandra Proffitt. And believe it or not, this is the 40th episode of Proffitt's Resurrection Land Cruisers TV.
That's right, we've been doing this for a long time. And if you check out all the other episodes, you're gonna find that they get better and better and better. So watch them in reverse order.
In this episode, we're gonna feature this 1974 FJ40 right behind us, powered by the Cummins R2.8 Turbo Diesel.
So Roy is working on this rather unique FJ73. It's actually from Italy. It's got an Italian 5-cylinder diesel in it, even though they still call it a BJ, which would normally have meant 4-cylinder diesel. But what you're doing is not Italian. What are you doing?
I'm putting in one of our 40 series style retro stereo systems, and so I've basically modified the dash bezel that was originally in here to fit this stereo in real well. And now I'm undoing some of the other stereo work that other people have done over the years.
Italian wiring?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
AKA spaghetti.
Yeah, literally,
Sorry.
there's some spaghetti in there for sure.
Actually, that doesn't look bad at all compared to some, does it?
No, a relatively easy fix.
So this truck didn't even have, well, it had a radio, I guess, originally, probably some sort of an AM or FM radio, and only 2 little bitty speakers in the dashboard, little 3-inch guys.
Right. Yeah, and those haven't survived throughout the years. They're kind of useless right now. So we're gonna put in some of our more modern speaker setups in here and get some speakers in the back and get some 3D bezels in the doors so we can clear the windows and get some sound for this guy.
Blare some opera.
Yeah.
Mio latio. Yeah.
Sure.
That's your turn.
Oh. I sing like I dance, so I don't dance, so I don't sing much.
All right.
Sorry.
Good job, though, Roy. Thank you.
This project is a prime example of what we do best, Stage 3 body off Land Cruiser restorations, where we get to have our hands on every single part of the vehicle.
The front of this FJ40 sports a couple of our upgrades. We've got our off-road bumper that we build in-house and the Warren 8274 winch housed there. You can also see we've got a pair of rigid 7-inch round truck lights in the front. No better headlight upgrade than that. Now let's go look at the back of the cruiser. So the rear of this FJ40 sports our dual swing out bumper, and this is the newest version of it, a few upgrades from some of the other ones you've seen. But more unique than that is, you might have noticed, this Land Cruiser has ambulance door. So ambulance doors weren't introduced by Toyota until 1975. This being a 1974 Land Cruiser, used to have the hatch that came out and then the 2 bifold tailgates on the bottom. But ambulance doors offer so much more flexibility as far as getting in and out. They make it so that a person can jump in and out of the back much more quickly. And so on this vehicle, we did what we call an ambulance door retrofit. An ambulance door retrofit is actually getting pretty popular. I think this is the 4th or 5th one we've done. And so to make that happen, when we replace the rear sill, which is something we do on every restoration anyway, we replace it with a newer version of that rear sill, one that had ambulance doors, 75 and later, and then we hand form this 90-degree corner on the sides of the tub so the ambulance doors have a place to go. And then we just change the top sides and the door header to a little bit newer model FJ40 so that the ambulance doors fit nicely. So these are probably 77 or 78 ambulance doors on a 74 FJ40. Pretty cool upgrade.
If you've watched some of our other episodes, you've seen under the hood of some pretty Land Cruisers. This Cummins R2.8 fits very nicely in this fresh, freeborn red engine compartment. Some of the other components in this engine compartment include the dual ARB compressor. We've re-anodized parts of this compressor to match the body color. The oversized brake booster and 80 series master cylinder are perfect to power the four-wheel disc brakes. In front of the engine, we have an AC condenser, an intercooler, a custom radiator, and a SPAL brushless fan. All of the intercooler piping and intake tubing is TIG welded in-house. A great deal of fabrication and love goes into these R2.8 engine conversions. We break down the vehicle to the bare frame, rebuild and cosmetically restore the entire chassis. This chassis has a PRLC shackle reversal and a 3.5-inch wheelbase extension. The axles were fitted with ARB locking differentials and four-wheel disc brakes. The whole thing is suspended with an OME 2.5-inch lift and Bilstein Shocks. 33-1050 Maxxis RAZR Mts on factory disc brake wheels complete the classic Land Cruiser look.
So many of the things I love about FJ40s are on the interior, and when we're restoring an FJ40, the classic look of the dash is important to maintain, and then we get to add our personal touches to make the inside of these actually pretty unique to us. So let's start and look at some of the details. This Land Cruiser has our 6-point factory roll cage, and we always install 3 rigid A-series lights in the cage so we have a great interior light situation. The dashboard is a perfect combination of classic Toyota DNA and modern technology. I love the Dakota Digital gauges because they use the factory dash bezel, but I have all of the instrumentation that I want right here in front of me, including a compass, direction, and elevation. We've also added the Murphy gauge, which monitors the Cummins diesel, and the AC controls for the Gen 4 vintage AC. Under the AC controls is a retro audio stereo system that fits the smaller radio opening of the FJ40 and has all of the modern features of a new stereo system. To the right is our custom ashtray switch plate, which replaces the factory ashtray and in this case houses the air compressor and front and rear locker switches, as well as a dual USB charge port. A custom gear shift plate for the glove box matches the transmission and transfer case shifting patterns. Factory FJ40 bucket seats were fitted along with a newer set of factory FJ40 jump seats. All of the seats are covered in high-quality black leather. Between the seats is our custom Tuffy box with 3 more switches for auxiliary lighting and another pair of USB charge ports. This isn't a Land Cruiser. What is this doing in here? Actually, every once in a while we have a client that has something, they have to have a Land Cruiser, but then they have something other than a Land Cruiser. And in this case, this gentleman has a G-Wagon and has convinced us that he needs a custom rear bumper and custom rear seat mount and a few other custom tidbits. So we get to kind of stretch our legs, and the guys, I think they complain, but I think they actually kind of like it. Fun fact about this rig is that this actually belongs to Kenny G's brother, Tony G. But his name is Tony. And this is a G-Wagon. So we might have had some fun with the 3D printer. Almost every day we come across something on a Land Cruiser that wasn't done correctly or shouldn't have been done a certain way. I don't like to complain about all of them, and certainly not everybody is an expert, but there are some things that people just have to stop.
Stop it.
Stop it!
Stop it! Stop it!
Stop it! Lights that were meant for trailers are not meant for FJ40s. I'm not sure why anybody thought this was a good idea. It wasn't a good idea in 1970, and just because it's an LED light, it's not a good idea today. The lights on these were down there. This, no bueno. And look at this. Look at this. Look how thick this is. You know what that is? You know what that style line is right there? That's body filler. That's fiberglass or Bondo, and it's just gonna crack. And it's no matter how much styling you put into it, you're never gonna make a trailer light look good in an FJ40, so stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it! Stop it!
Stop it!
Earlier in this episode, we featured an FJ40 Restomod, and now we want to talk about our other favorite Land Cruiser to restore, the 60 series. This 1989 FJ62 came to us from Kingman, Arizona. Luckily, because it came from Arizona, it was basically rust-free. However, the Arizona sun did do its toll. We treated this Land Cruiser to one of our signature Stage 2 restoration. First off, we changed the color of this FJ62 to the factory two-tone paint scheme available in 1989. This Land Cruiser was refinished in our new PPG Enviro-based waterborne base coat clear coat finish. We also vortexed the rocker panels, the bottom 3 inches of the quarter panels, and all 4 wheel wells. For the interior, we replaced the dashboard, the carpet, and just the vinyl of the original seats.
Chandra mentioned that the interior of this FJ62 got new carpet. One of the reasons that it needed new carpet is because we changed the transmission out from the A440 automatic that came in all FJ62s in the United States to a good old H55F 5-speed. And when you do that, there's usually a hole in the carpet right here where the old automatic shifter used to be. The only way to fix that right is to replace the entire carpet kit. Underneath this 5-speed shifter boot is an original FJ60 shifter plate that we retrofitted to fit there so we can use an FJ60 shifter boot, and the whole interior looks very OEM. Other interior modifications include a new double-din stereo system and 5 switches under that stereo system for the LED lights, the air compressor, and front and rear locker switches. FJ62s all came with automatics, and so when you add a 5-speed to an FJ62, it really can waken up the 3FE, and you end up feeling more power and better fuel economy. But one of the things you have to do is add provisions for a clutch pedal and a clutch master cylinder, and it's actually pretty easy to do. An FJ60 pedal assembly will bolt right into an FJ62, so that automatically gets you the clutch pedal. Then, if you look at the firewall of an FJ62, you can see that there's no hole in it from the factory. If you look from under the dash, you will see on the inner sheet metal piece that the holes for the master cylinder are actually already there. All you have to do is drill through the outer skin, and you can bolt a master cylinder right up. To enhance the off-road ability of this FJ62, we installed an ARB bull bar with a worn 10,000-pound winch. We also installed a PRLC dual swing out rear bumper with rigid camp light, an Easy-On K9 roof rack, and a set of in-house made PRLC rock sliders. Thanks for watching this episode of Proffitt's Resurrection Land Cruisers TV.
And if you love us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
As well as check out all of our social media. On Instagram, we are at ProCruiser. Facebook is Proffitt's Resurrection Land Cruisers. And the website is resurrectionlandcruisers.com.
Thanks for watching.
This is the last time I let Lily wash her hair with Peyton's clothes. Or this is the last time I let Peyton wash his shirt with Lily's hair. I'm not sure. We're afraid if we put them on camera, then people won't want to see me anymore. They'll just want to see them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're kind of cute.
Yeah, they're kind of cute.